You know what this smells like to me? The burning ashes of freedom. I don't know what that means. It's Vlogger 953. All right. Good morning. Just got done with the run, which is good. 12 miles this week, which puts me back on track for my goal to hit 600 miles this year. I got to push a little bit harder. The next couple weeks, I'm gonna have to run a few longer ones. My app knows that I'm still behind the overall goal, so it's treating me like I'm still behind. But at least for this week, I'm on point, getting caught up slowly. Quick review. I've received a number of questions about certain technologies that I've acquired lately, and one of them has been these guys. Final thoughts on this? Sound quality is amazing. They sound really good. They're really light, so you don't really notice them in your ear that much, except for whatever reason, occasionally one of these will end up irritating my ear canal just a little bit. Leaves it feeling just a little bit itchy. So there's a little bit of that, a little bit of irritation, but the main irritation is the connectivity issues. These will randomly just like kind of drop out a little bit. And I think it's partially because the main receiver's in the right earbud and I carry my phone in the left pocket. But that's stupid that it's just that far away. Like how is it losing connectivity? Like you design these things for running. Where am I supposed to carry my phone? Like on my ear? So that's a little bit annoying. Connectivity issues and mild ear irritations aside, they're pretty solid. The sound is really crisp and rich, and I actually enjoy using them a lot when I'm walking. Like when I'm out at night, I wear them and have no real problems with them at all. And they're great for like riding on the wheel as well, because you can still hear what's going on around you very easily. So overall, I think I'd give them a B+. They're not what I would dream of. If the connectivity issues got solved, like they didn't drop and juggle the sound every once in a while, which my on-ear headphones actually do sometimes too, but if they didn't do that while I was running, they'd be solid, like A+. But because of that, B+. Not to forget the fact that these things come in an amazing carrying case. This could be just a touch smaller, I suppose, but the form factor is wonderful. Like I was carrying this around with me last night, just pop these in to recharge, snap it shut, and put it in your pocket. It works pretty well. Like it's much easier than carrying these things around late at night when you don't want to draw much attention and you don't want to carry a backpack or something with you. However, these are great. So to continue to talk about Bose products, I suppose I'm not sponsored whatsoever, just to let you know my honest opinions. When you wire them in, they're fantastic for editing. They've been great for streaming. I love these things. I love walking around with these just because like even without the noise canceling on, they naturally just isolate a lot of sound. And just are really nice, especially when you're on the metro or you're, hanging out in a loud area and you just want to listen to music or read or whatever else. These have been fantastic. Really good for relaxing. It took me a few days to get used to having the extra weight on, but after that, you're good. And I do wear these like all the time now because I don't know. It's just really, really nice. The sound quality is amazing. The only reason that these don't get an A+ for me out of my arbitrary rating scale that I'm creating as I go is because they also have a little bit of connectivity issues, similar to these ones. Not as bad as the earbuds, but they'll randomly just drop the signal while you're going and just kind of, and what's really weird is there's a latency. It's almost like it'll catch up, like it'll speed through stuff to catch you up a little bit. And it just does weird stuff with the music occasionally whenever it drops signal for whatever reason. And so I know that Bluetooth is challenging. I know that, it's hard to do. So they're not perfect. But other than those mildly annoying moments, which aren't that frequent, I really, really love these things. I try to keep them charged. The nice thing is that the charge lasts for a few days easily. And so as long as I just plug them in every couple of days, they charge really quickly. And then I can go about my business and have good music with me everywhere I go and not worry about it at all. So these, really like them. While we're on this train of thought though, I've had this for almost, 9 months now? Good afternoon, it says. This watch drives me up a wall. Samsung's technology is just like, it fails when it comes down to their software. The apps that are on this thing, just the operating system, makes no sense. You get notifications on this thing. If it was Google's Wear OS, you would see a notification and you'd be like, okay, and you'd swipe it away or whatever, and it would be gone. With this, they're just static. It shows you that notification forever. So if I swipe it away on my phone or I swipe it away here, it doesn't affect the other. So I have to do it on both, which is really, really annoying. It doesn't react very well to when you like go to look at the time. Unless you've recently turned it on like I did just now, it's super unresponsive. So I end up finding myself, I'll show you, I put it on. What I end up doing with this is the Samsung Galaxy Gear S3 or whatever. What I end up doing is like I look for the time and you see it didn't turn on. So now what do? If my hands are full and I'm like, oh, what time is it? Then I do this. Literally, I do that until it turns on. You just like have to hit a button or something with your chin. It's not a very smart watch if it doesn't know that you want to see the time. Like, at a bare minimum, it should be able to do that. So at the end of the day, I wear this because it looks nice and because it's nice to have a watch, but it doesn't feel like a smartwatch to me. I don't use it the way I used my old smartwatch. My old smartwatch was, you'd say, hey, Google, and then you would tell it what you wanted to do, which is probably my speaker's listening to us now. Never mind, Google. Yeah, she's struggling. Anyways, I would be able to talk to this, to send text messages, to make phone calls, to leave reminders for myself, whatever, but this has like its own Samsung ridiculousness to it. You've got to hold certain buttons, and then the voice activation doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and then randomly it'll start listening to me and recording everything that I'm saying, and it's just kind of creepy. And at the end of the day, this watch, like, I could probably spend a day or two like really working on figuring out how to integrate it into my life. That's not what I bought it for. I bought it to make my life easier. So massive disappointment on this front. I would love to go back to having a Wear OS watch or a Google watch instead of one of these. And someday I'll splurge on that and I'll get one. But until then, I'm stuck with this guy. And, it's fine. It's a watch. I really don't use it. I don't even trust. I look at the step count occasionally on it, but like basically when I've owned a Fitbit, I loved it, interacted with it. It made like walking fun. When I owned my Motorola 360, it made my life simpler and fun. This thing does neither of those. This is neither fun nor simple. So if you're thinking about getting a Samsung S3 watch, whatever, don't do it, in my ever so humble opinion. One of the other annoying things, like I don't have an American credit card, so I can't use Samsung Pay. Like it would be cool if I could, pay with my watch. I think that'd be neat. I can't use it. And all the time, it's trying to install updates for that software and can't do it. So it ends up with this eternal notification that I can't get rid of on my phone that just says updating software for days on end until I restart the phone. And it just like everything about this, it's not intuitive and it obviously annoys me. So like that's enough of that, I suppose. Without going into too much depth. Love my earbuds and my headphones. Not a huge fan of my watch. That's a little bit of a tech review on this fine, fantastic Sunday for you on the technology that I've been dealing with lately. But other stuff I love, and we can talk about it another time. I'm sure that we can get into my gear again on the stuff that I'm filming with because that has changed since the last time I made a gear video, which I will post right here. It's not the best gear video. It's one that I made while I was in Copenhagen, and it's okay. But we'll get back to it. I think we could have a lot of fun with that once I get everything set up here. Speaking of which, Bhushan and I are planning on going to IKEA sometime soon to buy lighting for the room. We're going to do a little bit of design work to make sure that my room is better lit. The lighting in here currently stinks. For filming, it's okay with like the ring light and stuff that I've got going as far as streaming and so forth. But for actual lifestyle, reading at night here is really a challenge actually because it's pretty dark. We're going to try and put the whole thing together, make it look very photogenic and very nice. Unfortunately, I'm losing Bhushan to a Formula One race in Barcelona next week, so we'll have to do that. We're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer, but sometime in there, in the next couple of weeks, we should be able to finish this off and do a full chateau tour, which I think will be really, really fun. And as for today, I'm supposed to meet up with my friend Holly, who's in town. She moved to Marseille a while ago. You might remember Holly from back in the day, but she has been in Marseille becoming a personal or physical trainer. And she's up for the weekend for her brother's engagement. Congratulations. So we were supposed to hang out this afternoon, but now she's saying she might not be able to break away from the family, so we'll see if we see her or not. By now, you probably know, I'm gonna do a live stream down in the Latin Quarter pretty much, and walk around. I'm gonna try and do part of it on YouTube and then part of it on Twitch, because I think it'd just be fun to experiment doing live streaming out and about on Twitch. Hopefully that doesn't backfire horribly. You probably already know whether it does. But because of all that, and because I need to do a little bit of research and get some work done here, I realize I'm sweaty and gross. Sorry to give you a nothing but sweaty and gross day here on the vlog, but I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up right now with maybe a shot or two of the great outdoors here in Paris, the great outdoors within the urban outdoors. But otherwise, I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for yet another wonderful day here in Paris where I am going out and about tomorrow. I got to get some stuff printed. Then the meetings are starting. And then hopefully in the next few days, I'm hoping to be able to explain the game to you. So that should be dropping this week sometime as the ball gets rolling. But that means I got to finish some other stuff here. And also I need to eat something. I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded from all of this talking and none of this eating after all of that running. You get it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for yet more wonderful Parisian wonders. And see you tomorrow.